I think my date was drugged and her friend thinks I did it. So I matched with this girl Emma on Hinge last week and we'd been texting for a few days. She seemed really cool, funny, and we had a lot in common. We decided to meet up for dinner at this Italian place downtown that had good reviews. When she showed up, she looked exactly like her pictures and seemed totally normal. We ordered appetizers, talked about work, our hobbies, the usual first date stuff. She had 1 glass of wine with dinner and I had a beer. We split this huge plate of pasta and she was laughing at my stories and seemed completely sober. After dinner, she suggested we check out this bar down the street that had live music. I thought it was a good sign that she wanted to keep the date going, so we walked over there together. The place was pretty crowded, but we found 2 seats at the bar. We each ordered 1 drink. I got another beer and she got some cocktail with vodka. We'd been there maybe 20 minutes when I noticed something was off. Emma started slurring her words really badly and her eyes looked super glassy. At first I thought maybe she was a lightweight or had been drinking before our date, but then she started swaying on her bar stool and could barely keep her eyes open. This was after literally 1 drink at the bar. I was getting worried because this didn't seem like normal drunk behavior. She was trying to talk to me, but the words weren't making sense. The bartender kept looking at us weird, like he thought I was some creep who got my date wasted. Other people were staring too. Emma was practically falling off her chair and I had to keep catching her. That's when I realized something was seriously wrong. 2 drinks over 3 hours shouldn't do this to anyone unless something else was going on. I started thinking maybe someone slipped something in her drink when we weren't looking. I told her we needed to leave, but she could barely stand up. I was freaking out because I didn't know what to do. Should I call an ambulance? The cops? Take her to a hospital? I felt like any option would look bad for me. Then I remembered she'd been texting someone earlier during dinner. I grabbed her phone and managed to get her to unlock it with her face while she was still somewhat conscious. The last person she'd texted was someone named Jessica. I called the number and this girl answers. I explained who I was and that something was wrong with Emma. I said I thought she might have been drugged and needed someone to pick her up immediately. Jessica freaked out and said she'd be there in 15 minutes. I took Emma outside to get some fresh air while we waited. I had to literally hold her up because she kept trying to sit down on the sidewalk. When Jessica arrived, she took 1 look at me and I could tell she thought I was the one who drugged Emma. She barely said 2 words to me, just helped Emma into her car and drove off. I felt terrible because I knew how it looked from her perspective. The next morning I kept thinking about texting Emma to see if she was okay, but I was scared it would make me look even more suspicious. What if she didn't remember what happened and Jessica convinced her that I did something to her? I never heard from Emma again, and I'm pretty sure her friend thinks I'm some kind of predator who drugs women on first dates.